to today's event with the guided meditation. My name is Vanessa LeMaistre, and I work with Black Women for Wellness in the reproductive justice side, get smart before you get sexy side. We do a lot of amazing work at Black Women for Wellness. Our mission at Black Women for Wellness is to educate, advocate, and bring wellness to young Black girls and Black women, also the elderly folks as well. And it's really my pleasure to be here today with Delta Sigma Theta, the LA chapter. And who does not need more self-care, right? I know I constantly need self-care, and for me, it is a part of my lifestyle. Meditating every day is a big part of my lifestyle, but I can never have enough self-care. So today I'm here to share with you different meditation styles that you can really utilize at any point. These might be different than anything you have experienced before, so I do welcome you to have an open mind, an open heart, and to just really receive what it is that the universe is bringing to you with this moment of peace, this moment of mindfulness, and really awareness. And so first, what I want to do is talk about meditation. So a lot of times people think that when it comes to meditating, they need to completely silence their entire mind. And that's not really what meditation is. At that point, that's like bliss. You're living in a state of euphoria when you can actually silence your mind. And it takes monks, even many, many years to get to even a few minutes of silencing their mind. So that's not really the goal. The goal is to bring mindful awareness to what's happening in your mind, right? So a really great way that it's been described is, imagine you're out on a sunny day and you see clouds passing by, and you're just watching the shapes of the clouds as they're moving along. Some might move slower, some might move faster. And meditating is really being able to view your thoughts as though they are clouds in a sense, just kind of coming by and leaving. You can always, process how your thoughts are making you feel, because our thoughts do control how we feel. But the key is to bring that awareness to what's going on inside. What is going on with how I'm feeling? And it's not so much this over-analyzing, overthinking. Meditating is not that. Again, it's really just being the witness to what is going on as your thoughts come and go, as your feelings come and go. And if you have a feeling that shows up, and let's say it's uncomfortable, right? Instead of trying to suppress those feelings, you then bring mindfulness and meditation to the scenario, to the feeling, and just be present with it. Sometimes our feelings just want to be loved, just want to be seen, just want to be heard. And through practicing meditation, you can start culminating this. You can start culminating this presence within yourself. And you can take meditation anywhere. So you can be inside of a grocery store in a long line, and instead of like complaining and thinking about your to-do list and all the other places you need to go, you can just bring that awareness to just witnessing. Okay, what are my thoughts doing? Let me just see what's happening within. And nobody needs to know that you're doing it, right? But so the more that you practice meditation practices, the more that you include this in your everyday life, the more you're able to bring this to you with wherever you go. A really great book that I would recommend to anybody watching this is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And Oprah is the first one to really put him on. And his story is that he was homeless one day, and he started realizing that there was no difference with what's going on in our minds compared to the people that you see that might be mentally ill that are talking out loud, right? Because we're doing that in our heads. And so he brings this really great concept of just bringing your total awareness to everything that's happening in this moment. Not only around you, but also within you, okay? And so by practicing that power of now, just by being present and accepting the moment as it is fully, in its totality, you then become more comfortable with life itself. You then are able to bring mindfulness to every single moment. And you become, honestly, more comfortable within you, within who you are as a person. So it's a really, really great tool. You'll notice that as you begin meditating and practicing mindfulness more, like I said, you will do it more often throughout different areas of your life, but you can even do this while you're at work. You can do this when you're with your children if you have kids. You can do this while you're driving. A really great exercise I like to do when I drive is practice. Let me pay attention to the fact that my hands are on the steering wheel right now, so I'm not on autopilot and I forget the whole ride that I took from point A to point B. It's really bringing that awareness, and it all starts by just sitting with yourself. Again, not overthinking, not trying so hard. There is no place that you need to go when it comes to meditation. You're not trying to meet a finish line. You're not trying to overachieve something. It's quite the opposite, where you're able to just be and really give yourself space. Give yourself that time within yourself to just be with yourself. We can constantly be so focused on others and things in our lives that we don't take the time to just see what's happening within. And so, like I said, there's going to be different styles that we bring up today. And to start, I would like to share a breathing exercise with you all. And it's recommended that you do this seated. So if you're sitting down, great. Most meditations you can also do while lying down. But for this first one, it is recommended to be seated. Okay, because you do want your diaphragm to be nice and upright. Okay, so that the breath flow can go in and out of your nose. What I like to do before all of my meditations, and I recommend this to everybody, is to set an intention. Okay. And so what an intention is just, if you don't know, it's like making a statement for what you want, a manifestation for what you want. So for me, like I do this before I go exercise, before I go on hikes, before I meditate. And so different examples you can use, for example, are like, I am becoming more confident within myself, or your intention might be, I'm working on being a better person, or I'm working on bringing more mindfulness and awareness into my life, right? Because the more you're self-aware, the more you can bring that awareness to others. And it really, really will show throughout your whole entire life. And so for today's sake, I will give you some space and time right now to think of an intention for our practice today, whatever's coming up for you. Great. And so now that you have your intention set, you just set that within your heart. You can say it out loud if you'd like, but either way, it's going from you to the universe and it's being heard. Okay. And so to begin, what we'll do is, if you're sitting down, you can sit in a cross-legged position, upright. You can have your feet grounded, which is always good when it comes to meditating, is you want to be as grounded as possible because you're bringing, again, your awareness into your body. And you're going to take your left hand. Okay. For me, it's going to be the opposite, but you're going to take your thumb and then your two fingers, okay? So your index and middle finger. And you're going to start with your thumb on your left nostril. You're going to hold this left nostril down, and you're going to inhale through your right. Then you're going to take your two fingers and hold the right nostril down and exhale from your left. Then you're going to inhale from your left. Hold it down with your thumb. Exhale from your right. Inhale from your right. Exhale from your left. Inhale through your left. Exhale from your right. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Exhale from your right. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. You can keep going at this pace. I'm just going to pause for a second as I share a little bit more. This is really good for your sinuses, okay? So some of y'all, as you're just getting into meditation, oftentimes you'll see that your mind might start complaining, your mind might go to different areas. It's okay. Just be the witness of it. Just take notice to what's going on within your mind as you're doing this. This particular exercise can be a little difficult for people, again, who have sinus issues, but it's a very, very ancient Ayurvedic medicine to clearing out your sinuses. So it also has great physical benefits, okay? So back to exhaling out of our left. Wherever you are, you can follow along. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. And I feel like that was a good amount of time for us if you're just getting started. It's recommended to do this breathing exercise twice a day. You can include this in your other forms of meditation. So let's say you do 20 minutes, you can include this in the beginning. And if you're just starting out, it's okay to start out with 5 minutes a day of meditating. That's fine. Okay. So the next breathing exercise that we want to do is something that's very helpful to just relax our nervous system, right? So a lot of speakers, before they go present on stages, they'll practice this to help neutralize their nervous system, to bring balance, to relax, calm things down. If you suffer with anxiety, which most people do to some degree, this helps alleviate your anxiety, okay? And so what we're gonna do is inhale, count to 4, hold it at the top, don't move your mouth or your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. You can do this by exhaling through your nose, again, to just clear out that whole sinus system. Inhale through. Hold. Exhale, release. Counting to 4, inhale. Hold. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Hold. Exhale, release. Inhale, counting for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale up. Just going to do a few more here. Hold. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Hold. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Hold. Exhale, release. So we're done with that portion, okay? And so what we're going to do now is really fun. We are going to do a guided meditation. So you don't need to do so much. Just sit back, relax. If you would like to lay down, you can lay down. Just make yourself comfortable. I don't recommend following along if you're driving or anything like that, okay? And just what you'll do is begin by closing your eyes. And begin to pay attention to the sounds around you. See if you hear one sound or two sounds. See if you can hear other sounds. Maybe you pay attention and you hear a third sound, or a fourth sound, or a fifth sound. Begin to see what kind of sensations are going on within your body. Maybe you feel a cramp somewhere. Maybe you feel a heaviness somewhere. Maybe you feel really relaxed all over. Just kind of take a notice to scan internally what you're noticing within yourself. And then from here, take a moment to witness your breathing pattern. No need to overanalyze it, but just witness. And what you might notice is that as you bring your attention to your breath, it might start to naturally slow down. It might start to regulate itself automatically. And here, begin to notice what thoughts are coming in. No judgment. It's even better if you choose to not label your thoughts as good or bad or complaining about them. Just notice your thoughts. And then take a moment, this is really cool, to notice who's noticing your thoughts. What part of you is noticing and witnessing all of this that's going on within you? And then from here, begin to point out where your center is. Just feel internally, where is the center of your being? Is it in your core? Are you feeling it in your pelvic area? Are you feeling it on your feet? Shouldn't be on your feet, but you never know. Are you feeling it in your heart space center? Try to take a moment here to connect with the center of your being and just notice, just witness. Do you feel secure in your center? Do you feel strong in your center? Again, just noticing. And then from here, begin to just notice where your feet meet the ground. Okay, notice yourself within your body. We are all spirits having a human experience, okay? So just kind of tap into your spirit that is inhabiting your body, your vessel, your precious, precious vessel. Begin to feel as though your feet are grounded and connected to the core of Mother Earth, the ground that supports you every single day. Then as you're beginning to feel grounded here within your being, within your body, connected to Mother Earth, now begin to envision white light coming onto the crown of your head, okay, from the divine. So from the heavens, from up above, from the creator of the universe, envision white light pouring down into the crown of your head, which is at the very top center of your head. And imagine this white light cleansing through you. Okay, so some of you might have some areas within your body that might need a little bit of extra light. Allow the light to go there. Okay, so for example, if your heart has been feeling heavy, or if you've been feeling grief, or any of those lower frequency emotions that we tend to hold on to, bring some light there and feel as though this light is cleansing through you. Okay, it's washing away any debris, any negativity, anything that no longer serves you there. Imagine that this white light is just channeling through you and cleansing you. Again, giving more light to where it's needed within your being, and only you know where that is. Envision this white light traveling all the way down to your center, to the ground that you are connected with. Okay, so this white light is encompassing your whole entire body at this point. And then begin to envision this white light expanding outwards with no limits. Okay, this white light is coming and it's beaming from you, through you, and out into the ethers, through many, many universes and galaxies. There's literally no limit to how expansive this light is. Imagine this white light protecting you, okay? So as expansive as it is, and however far you're reaching this light out, imagine this white light creating a whole protective circle around you. So nothing that's not for you will come in and penetrate and go through to your energetic field. And then now bring this energy, this center and focus of light back to your heart space center. And take a moment here to just receive. Just receive this pure, white, light, loving energy for you. And then envision this white light coming out of your heart and into all of your loved ones, all human beings, all situations that the world needs light on right now, especially with Ukraine and Russia. Just spreading light out of your heart onto those loved ones, onto those people, situations that might need a little extra light right now. And take a moment to slowly open your eyes. Okay, so I'm picking up that for a lot of y'all, this was very, very meditative. So some of y'all got some really good experiences. I will say it is good to sometimes journal as you're beginning your meditation practice, because you sometimes will receive information, downloads, okay, from your higher self, giving you guidance and things that you might need to focus on at this point in your life to basically help you, okay? And so what we're going to do next is we're just going to kind of going a little bit deeper and deeper with each meditative experience. So every single thing we're doing today is setting you up for the next one, because each one we're doing, it's allowing you to go deeper. All right. And again, you can do this anytime, anytime. This is, free stuff you can do whenever. So the next one that we'll do is, again, if you're in a seated position, or you can be lying down as well, is we're going to just kind of drop in and we're going to be in silence with ourselves, okay? Something that a lot of people don't know how to do. A lot of people don't know how to go within. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to sit with ourselves. We're just going to be with ourselves, no distractions, just you with you, okay? And understand there's nothing to be afraid of. Welcome yourself to yourself. Take a moment to honor yourself in this moment. Take a moment to thank yourself for even showing up today, to watch this, to do this, and just be. Just be. What you'll find as you begin your seating practice of just sitting with yourself in silence is that sometimes your spirit will start to crave this feeling. While you're sitting, there will come a point where it starts to feel really, really good, and you're like, ooh, I like it here. It just feels like you're home. Again, as thoughts come, just watch them come and go like you're watching the clouds come and go. Not labeling your thoughts, not judging your thoughts, not overanalyzing them. Just let them be as you sit here in silence and witness them. And I will say one last thing. You can also do this with your eyes slightly opened and with your focus either at the tip of your nose or looking down. That's another way that you can do this silence meditation. It's okay if you have an itch, you can scratch. People feel like you can't move. You can, clear your throat like I just did. It's you just being comfortable with yourself. If your thoughts start wandering off, just bring your attention back to this moment. And slowly begin to open your eyes if they were closed. I can already feel this was a really great experience for y'all. Some of y'all were tapping in and going in deep, okay? That is exactly what we want. That is exactly the place you want to start working your way to, okay? Even if you had thoughts in your head the whole time, that's okay. It is okay. And like I said, you can do this for 5 minutes a day, and then you can work your way up. You'll notice added benefits. You'll be more peaceful. You're going to have a lot more awareness. So certain things that you may not have caught on to, let's say if you're in social settings, and let's say you didn't catch on to certain things, you will be able to bring more self-awareness to those situations, which will allow you to pick up on things on a more sub-perceptual level, okay? So those are some of the added benefits to including a meditation practice like this. And you don't need the sound after like I did. You can just set your alarm on your phone, like I said, 5 minutes a day. And so now as we get into this next portion for the next half of our session, I'm really, really excited to talk to you about another form of meditation, okay? This is called shamanic journeying. And basically shamanic journeying, shamans have been around since the beginning of time, right? And the practices of shamans vary from culture to culture. But in general, most shamans do some form of monotonic sound to take you into a trance-like state. And so that's what we're going to do today. And basically, they call it a journey because you're going to literally let your mind wander into a journey. And it's totally safe. It's all filled with light and love. And even if you don't pick up messages, or even if you're not able to journey, right? Let's say you're like, I don't see anything. I'm not experiencing this the way Vanessa is saying that I will experience this. That's okay too. For you, it just might be a meditative practice where you are just in this trance-like state and you are still reaping the benefits of this meditation, okay? And so the way it'll work is, I'll say a couple things. One is you definitely want to, again, have a very open mind. The more open, the better. I like to use the quote by Einstein where he talks about that the imagination is far more important than intelligence, right? Or than intellect. So you're going to basically let your imagination run wild. Things that are coming to you within your imagination, you want to be open to receive that. You want to be open to perceive that as well. Okay, so if you're completely dismissing it and you're like, oh no, that's just my imagination, then you're not going to be able to receive, okay, the messages that the universe has for you and all that you can gain from this type of experience. And before we start, what we'll do is we're going to imagine a place that you know of in nature. Again, this is all in your imagination, but it can be a place that you physically have been to before. It could be a place you've seen on TV. It could be a park. It could be a tree. It could be a body of water. You're going to place that point as like your nature spot, okay, in your imagination. And when the drumming starts is when we're going to travel down. Again, it's all in your mind. You're going to start traveling down to a boundary, to a layer, okay, of a realm that is below the Earth's core. So you're going to do this, and I'll guide you through, but you're going to do this until you feel like you're in a comfortable space, until you feel like, okay, I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. Let me start journeying along. And for the first portion, what we'll do is we will retrieve a power animal, okay? And so for those of you who might have heard of spirit animal, power animal, animal totem, in shamanism, we have power animals and we view them with high reverence. It's not like a joke when you're like, oh, that's my spirit animal, ha ha ha. No, this is very, very serious. We believe that these compassionate spirits, these compassionate beings are here to help us, okay? And they're connected to a much more powerful universal energy, and they're able to assist us. So we call them our compassionate spirit friends, these power animals. And everybody has power animals. In shamanism, we believe that a child cannot make it to the age of 5 without having a power animal as one of their guides, okay? So everybody has a power animal, and if you don't get one today, it is okay. It was just not the time, and it's fine, okay? Now, if you get a power animal, what we'll do is when you're down there journeying and you're traveling along this beautiful land and you're seeing all these colors and things, as you see an animal approach you, you want to ask the animal 3 times, are you my power animal? If it says no, keep it moving. Just keep journeying along. Life is good, okay? If the animal says yes, when you ask this animal, are you my power animal? Take a moment to thank it, welcome this being into your life, and just bring your hands to your heart as a way of welcoming this power animal into your life. It's kind of like I see you. Thank you. Thank you for being here to help me. One last thing I'll say about power animals is that anciently, when people would go to war and shamans would be present, they would basically put on garments and representations of certain animals to take on that power, okay? To harness some of that power, because that power can be a lot more powerful than our human power. A lot of times we're taught in society that, we're at the top of the food chain, which is true in terms of food, but it doesn't mean that we are so arrogant that we're better than all of the rest of God's creations, right? We can all learn from each other. And so that's really what this is about. And I will say too, that if you do get your power animal today, you are able to utilize this connection with your power animal on a regular basis. You can look at a photo of it and kind of acknowledge it. You can make sounds of it. Let's say it's a dog, for example. You can kind of roof, roof, roof to yourself. And the second portion of this journey that we will do is you can ask your power animal a question, okay? So it brings great guidance to our lives once we build this connection with our power animal and we're able to go on these journeys and ask questions for our emotional well-being or whatever is going on in your life. It could be a move, like you could be deciding on a relationship, whatever it is, you can ask it and then journey as we go with the drums, and it will give you answers, okay? And I'll be using my drum today, okay? However, you can always go on YouTube and type in shamanic drum journey, and you will hear the same thing that I'm doing. And you can do this anytime that you want any guidance. So without further ado, let's get right to it by starting in your nature spot. So think of that spot. For me, it's a tree. It does not have to be the case for you. And once the drumming starts, we'll make our way down. Begin envisioning yourself traveling lower and lower below the Earth's core. Only welcoming in compassionate beings, compassionate power animals, beings of light. Again, letting your imagination run wild here, okay? So once you're at a designated place that feels comfortable to you, just feel as though you're journeying. Some people, they might be flying. Some people might end up on a boat and they're just on a boat ride. Your experience is yours, okay? There's no right or wrong here. But as you're on your journey, like I said, if you see an animal, ask it 3 times, are you my power animal? If it says no, keep it moving. And if it says yes, welcome this animal, thank the power animal, and bring your hands to your heart to really welcome this power animal into your life. If you're getting a confirmation for the animal, it might make you smile. You might have even started seeing this animal recently, or you might have already had a connection to this animal. Some of y'all, the animals might completely surprise you. Whether it's really big, really small, the size doesn't matter. It's just really about this connection here. Take a moment here. If you did get an animal, take a moment to just be with it for a second. Thank it. Welcoming this new energy into your life. Thank you for all the help it's going to bring to you. And then what we're going to do is start to make our way back up the same way we went down. Slowly open your eyes. So you definitely want to take notice if you received an animal. You might want to write it down so you don't forget. I also recommend Googling, once this is done, Googling what is the spiritual meaning of the power animal that you received. And you will notice a correlation with why this animal showed up in your life at this moment. Okay, for example, if it's a cheetah, you might have received cheetah today at this moment in your life because you are getting a lot of work done. And it's time to just rest when you need to rest and be in go mode. Okay, that's just one example. And I will say too that some of us will always have at least one power animal, okay? At least one will stay with us our entire lives, but depending on what's going on, you may have a totem come in. You may have a power animal that comes in just to help you with a specific situation that's going on in your life at that given moment. Okay, so now that we did that portion with our power animals, what we will do next is think of a question. Think of a question that you're really wanting guidance on, a question that you're really wanting clarity on, help with, and it's not really something that your loved ones might be able to help you with right now. We all have these moments, where we have something that we might need a little bit of assistance on or guidance on. And so you'll think of your question, and it can be anything. You want to keep it succinct, short, and specific, right? So for example, if you're thinking about moving, it can be like, okay, I need help deciding if I need to move to LA or New York. Can you help guide me on which one I should be moving to? Okay. And what we'll do is we'll drum again. We'll go right back down the same way. And if you got your power animal, you will ask your animal this question. And then you will let your animal take you on the journey and show you any guidance that's needed for you, and people receive their guidance differently, whether it's verbal words that you hear, whether it's visions that you see, you're going to get pieces to this puzzle that's going to help guide you. Okay. If you did not get a power animal, that's okay. You can still ask the question that you need guidance on to the universe, okay? And ask for guidance. Again, we're dealing with light beings, light energy, compassionate spirits, and you will retrieve guidance if you're open to it. You might get a message. So I definitely recommend writing down after we do this what showed up for you, okay? Because you don't want to get the message and then it's just gone, skedaddle. Okay. So we will begin, and I'm just going to take a moment to think of my question as well while you sit here and think of your question. Okay, and we will again start at that nature spot, the same spot you began at. Once the drumming starts, we'll start traveling down lower and lower. And once you reach the boundary, the area where you feel comfortable, you can ask either the universe or your new power animal the question that it is that you have, that you're wanting guidance on. Picking up some of y'all have some serious questions, and that's okay. You can take a moment here to ask if there's any other question, any other thing that your power animal wants to show you, that your power animal wants to tell you. You can ask, is there anything else I need to know about this situation? Just kind of going with it here, okay? Taking a moment to thank it. I felt like this was a really powerful one. So just taking a moment to thank your power animal for helping guide you, thanking the universe for helping guide you. And then we're slowly going to make our way back up the same way we came down. And slowly begin to open your eyes. And again, hopefully you have a journal nearby so you can write down what showed up for you in today's session, because I'm sure it was valuable information that came up for you, depending on what it is that you were wanting guidance on. And for those of you who are new to this, new to shamanic drum journeying, this is a whole new world, a whole world, and I did it like this so it could lead you up to that experience as opposed to just starting out with that experience, so you can kind of just drop in. So you could already be in a meditative state, open to receive what it is that spirit had for you, okay? And what we'll do right before we close is I have a little bonus. One of the services that I offer with my healing practices is tarot readings. And so for those of you who are open to receive messages, I know tarot is becoming very popular right now. It's a divination system, and it's really just, again, guidance. Usually it's always positive, okay? But I like to pull cards for the collective here and there just to see what is the message for the collective. What is the message for us that are watching this right now that is relevant to today? Okay, so if you're watching this at a later day, this message is for you today, okay? And I like to do my own calling in. So I call in my personal power animal, okay, which is black bear. And I make the sound that I think sounds like black bear, and I use a rattle. And this is a Native American rattle, just to kind of call that energy in, okay? Ow. Ow. Ha! 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 Okay, what is the message that you have for viewers watching today? Sometimes cards will flip out, and usually that is a sign that, you know, Spirit has a message for you with that card. Okay, this is a really positive card to get. I mean, I view all of them as positive because even if it's a message of like a lesson, there's still beauty in that. This card is King of Pentacles, okay? This is the highest card you can get in terms of financial wealth. So this is telling me that some of y'all are in the works of building wealth for yourself, or you have somebody in your corner that is very extremely powerful. Okay, this is a king of coins. It's not the knight of coins. It's not the page of coins. Somebody who's just starting off with, you know, being in their money bag. This is somebody who's secured the bag. They've built wealth, and they are kind. This is a very kind person. Okay, so Spirit is kind of telling you to gain the benefits of having this person in your life. Okay, learn what you need to learn. Apply whatever lessons and skills that you can from this person. Some of y'all, it might be a mentor that you have in your life. And Spirit is asking you to connect with your mentor and see how you can build this wealth for yourself, because this person is in your life not by accident. There's a reason why. And Spirit is saying that, you know, don't miss your opportunity. Don't take what you can learn and really see yourself in that kind of position. So if this is a very successful business owner, for example, learn what attributes you can learn from the successful business person, especially if you two are trying to start your own business. Okay, well, it has been a pleasure, folks. I am very, very happy to be here with you all. You can definitely find a lot of my works online. There will be some free giveaways, okay? There will also be a candle giveaway. So one of the things I do is I make self-love candles. I do a lot of things, but yeah, that's one of the things I do. And the self-love candles are infused with a confidence boosting energy. Somebody who's viewing this today will be lucky to receive a free candle, 50-hour burn, 100% soy. The candle comes with crystals, hand-picked herbs, okay, 100% vegan. You really can't go wrong with these beautiful self-love candles. So whoever our lucky winner is, I'm very, very excited for you to receive our self-love candle. Definitely check out our links. I'm going to see if there's any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the chat, and I will answer those if you have any questions. Definitely check out my website, www.vanessasoulxo, where you can book any of these sessions. I do meditation sessions. I do reading sessions. Feel free to check out my social media, Instagram. I have links there. I have a link tree where you can download a free ebook, okay, on meditation, okay, just by signing up for that free ebook. You will receive a free ebook on meditation. I also have ebooks on other topics. So yeah, definitely check out the social media. It's really, really been a pleasure here. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy your new power animal, and happy meditation journey. Happy, happy, happy meditation journey. Again, don't forget to start off, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. Okay, thank you so very much. Bye.